you watch as Nyne and then Gloria disappear into the heavy curtain of fog. And a few of you have seen this happen once before, when Karina wandered in. And so I'm wondering what the three of you are doing in this exact moment.
Well, Hawthorne is leaning against a building. He already knew this was happening. He told everyone this was a bad idea. So he's sort of just keeping to himself and listening to what's being unfolded in front of him.
I think Karina is going to turn around, like the direction that they had run, and she's just going to start screaming for Gloria and for Nyne. But she will not enter the fog again. She's not going to run towards it. She's not going to go back into the fog, but she's going to start screaming their names, hoping to call them out like she was called out.
And Brawk, with all the strength he can muster, assumes the fetal position and shakes from side to side. Why did they keep going? Why did they keep going?
Do you think they're gonna come out on their own, or do you think we have to go after them?
Nobody else is going in there. I don't know how I managed to drag myself back, but we can't send more people in there.
How'd they get out? How are they gonna get out? How are they gonna get out?
I don't know.
Ethan, we can't see around the fog, right? Like, it's just like sort of between buildings, so there's only just a wall. Nothing we can walk around or investigate. Okay.
The area where Nyne led these shambling figures was essentially down another alley. It was simply a much thicker curtain of fog here. So no, you can't see around it. Is anyone else doing anything of the three of you in this moment? Karina shouting for Gloria and for Nyne. If the two of you aren't doing anything else in this moment other than waiting to see what happens. The camera pushes into the heavy fog, the echoing sound of Karina's calls fading into the background. Nyne, since you were the first one to enter into here, what you experienced was you were walking backwards. These things weren't fast. You were making loud noises, picking up pieces of trash cans, banging them to get them to follow. Bang! 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 And you don't hear them anymore. And you don't see them anymore. But eventually, as you stand there, you do start to hear something else. What do you hear? And what do we hear, Nyne?
What Nyne, or what Grand Pantera hears, is cheering, booing. A stadium full of people yelling, screaming, cheering. And looks down. Grand Pantera sees human hands. He's back in another arena. Lights going. We're in a different setting this time.
There are people everywhere. There have been stands set up, and the building that you're inside, likely a mead hall most of the time. But for this occasion, it has been, the tables have been pushed aside and stands have been erected in here. It's also been decorated. What is the vibe of this decorated arena?
The vibe of this decorated arena, it feels as like it's a home, or like in someone's house or homestead. But it's different. There's things that can be moved, things that you would think that doesn't belong there. You see various weapons, items, just things you can grab and use. But it looks fun, per se. Just like a normal home.
And
that's what you see.
You were the first to enter. The cheers and echoes of Pantera, Pantera can still be heard as we see them all around cheering your name. And then the enchanted lights in here flicker off. And there is, from where the hired bards are set up, the music changes, announcing the entrance of your opponent. And who do we see walking towards the ring that has been erected here?
You see this red tiefling. Monsters. He looks kind of ordinary at first, but the more he gets closer and closer, he laughs. He starts to giggle and laugh. And it's someone that Grand Pantera has been feuding with the last month or so. It's been 1v1. It's been 1-1, and this is like the final match between the two of them. His name is Caliban.
Caliban giggles his way to the arena, to the ring. There is a hissing from the crowd as he welcomes their hatred in the same way that you were welcoming their cheers. Oh, good, we've finally gotten to the main event. Is that what you all are here to see? Here to see the Grand Pantera take down Caliban. I have a much more satisfying show in mind for you all tonight. If you will, indulge me. And Caliban disappears, the echoing around the converted mead hall. Gloria, you have been flying over Nyne, keeping an eye on him. But the fog is simply too heavy. You lose sight of him. In that moment, when your visual connection is lost, what do you do right then or think?
I think there's panic responses that happen to one's body when you reach a situation where you don't know what to do. Sometimes you flee, sometimes you run. And in this moment, I almost find myself freeze. And it takes all my thoughts just to make sure that my wings are still beating. And it's almost like as my wings beat, I'm picturing a heartbeat and getting more and more anxious that I'm supposed to be keeping someone safe. I'm supposed to be watching Nyne, and I might be letting that slip away.
In that moment when you freeze, and all you can do is focus on keeping your wings beating, you feel a hand on your shoulder. And when you look to your right, You're somewhere entirely different. The smell is immediately familiar, even though you're not sure why, because you have no recollection of ever being in a medical ward like this. The hand on your shoulder belongs to your assistant. Doctor, we're still waiting on a decision? In front of you, there is a patient. The breathing of this halfling is labored. You're not sure why you know, but you know this individual doesn't have long for this world if something isn't done. Dr. Goodwin.
It's that same paralyzing moment, that feeling of feeling frozen. And I look down and both my hands are shaking. After a moment, I think while it's only just a second, it feels prolonged, like the space between every breath that the patient in front of me takes feels like it stretches out. And it's almost like I'm trying to move and feel like I'm moving in slow motion. But hands that like shouldn't know what they're doing, it's almost like it's a impulse, gut reaction. I find myself starting to try to take their pulse, feel their heartbeat. And I almost feel like my heartbeat speeds up as I notice that theirs is just slowly slipping away in front of me.
Take a Benny for that fantastic visual. 9. Or I'm sorry, Pantera. Caliban, like a coward, just disappears in front of you. The crowd lets off a collective gasp along with the occasional shouts, "Get him, Pantera! Get him!" Whoosh! You feel just a slap on the back of your head. Over here. Ah, slaps from a different side. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?
Fuck you, Caliban.
Oh.
Why don't you come out here and fight like a real man?
Kitty's got claws. And there are like 2 impacts, one on each side of your head almost simultaneously.
Pantera grabs 2 hands that grab them and headbutts whatever's in front of him.
As you headbutt through essentially nothing. Too slow, Pantera. There's a long... Well, it feels long. Because as anyone who's ever been on stage knows, time works different when you're the one on stage. It feels like an eternity with you just standing in the center of this ring, spinning and spinning and spinning around, looking for Caliban. The crowd is beginning to grow restless. You can feel as they start to turn against you here, just aimlessly looking around. Come on! Do something!
Where the fuck are you? And he starts running through the house, flipping stuff, trying to find anything of Caliban.
As you go tearing through here, you hear the loud, magically enhanced voice of Caliban continuing to taunt you, but not to you anymore. He's taunting you to the crowd. This? Really? What can he do against an actual challenge? Did you all come here today to see Grand Pantera fail? As you are pushing through the house, you encounter one of Caliban's henchmen. At least is the story, justification in the scheme of this event that you all put on. What they are, more or less, is the stage fighting equivalent of rodeo clowns. They're here to add interest, not here as real combatants. But one of them jumps out at you, painted to evoke the image of Caliban, jumps out of essentially a jack-in-the-box.
Grandpa Terra just immediately cold clocks him, and it's just like, where is he? And picks him up and just looks him in the face. Where is he? No.
You hear a crack as the nose of this half-elf is broken. And you lift him up, and all of the performance is entirely gone from his face, and he's covering his bleeding nose. What are you doing? You go find him. Oh, my broken nose.
Grand Mater will literally throw him into another room. Just throw him.
Crashes through the wall with a "oh" from the crowd. Ooh, that was nasty. Refs, is that part of the rules? And you hear a chorus of laughter start to grow around the audience.
You know there's no rules. You chose this fucking stipulation.
How is you're Mav. How is Pantera feeling at this moment?
Angry. Just pure hot rage of understandably, he knows that Caliban is a manipulator and whatnot. He knows that he fell. He let Caliban choose the stipulation. He let Caliban choose the rules for this fight. He knows that he's beaten Caliban before, so it never felt like, fuck it, whatever. I'm not in any danger. This is an easy win. But here he feels he doesn't have home field advantage, and it's angering him. It's angering him more because Caliban isn't fighting. He's not fighting as fair as he usually does. He's making a mockery of Grand Pantera. That's what his rage is.
And I have the same question for you. As you start to hear the counter chant, Caliban, Caliban, grow from around the audience.
The crowd's turning on him. That's not supposed to happen. I'm the hero. I'm the one that's supposed to be cheered for, not Caliban. This is how it's supposed to go. And Grand Pantera starts picking up. He finds a hammer, like a sledgehammer, what you would consider a sledgehammer, and starts wailing into anything that looks like someone could be in.
Any of you have children? This might look familiar. Oh, a temper tantrum. And we cut back to Gloria. Gloria. Dr. Goodwin.
There's a suffocating silence. I think my hands are still doing compressions on their chest, but it's too still. It's too quiet. The only pulse I hear is my own. And in that moment, it's almost like, while this is a memory, it feels almost too close. I'm remembering so vividly not only this vision that feels real, but also a moment that happened mere days ago where there was a lifeless form in the chapel basement. And the same panic, the same frantic need to be of service, to be of help, to make sure that they're okay. I can't help but feel it's like all my fault.
We have that quiet moment where all you can hear is your own heartbeat, and all anyone else nearby could hear would be your breathing as you continue compressions. Dr. Goodwin. Doctor.
Yes.
She's gone.
Yes, I can see that.
A sheet is slowly pulled over the halfling. We cut to maybe just a minute later. Your assistant has given you a hot drink. And where and how do we see you in that moment? Are you sitting down, standing against a wall?
I don't think I've moved from the spot I was in. A single death. It's a tragedy. You can remember their name, you remember their face, it can stick in your brain. But I think there comes a point when there's too many faces and there's too many names, and somehow they all bleed together. And in that moment, maybe because it is just a vision, or maybe because there has been too many, I realize I don't even know the halfling's name. They took their last breaths with me, and I don't even know their name.
And in that moment, as those names and faces blend into one, you realize that if every last breath you had ever heard were exhaled at the same time, it would be a symphony. The weight of death. And what do we see on Gloria's face?
If you asked her, she'd hope that it was a look of sympathy, a look of mourning, something that shows that this wasn't just another name, that this was important. But in reality, my face is blank. My eyes are dry. And I'm just standing there.
We see a montage. Dr. Goodwin with the halfling's family. An older halfling man. You did everything that you could. Thank you. And in that moment, I think maybe you're not so sure. There's just that seed of self-doubt. How many last breaths?
It's nicer to give them a lie.
It is. Could you make me a spirit roll, please, Gloria?
7.
7, an explosion. You after we see you say your farewells to the bereaved, you turn to return to the medical wing. And the hall begins to grow foggy. And everything around you begins to disappear. And what was reality just a moment ago? Who knows? The three who are still outside of the fog, it has been... Well, actually, let me phrase this a different way. How long would you wait?
I think Karina would wait until it just felt wrong. Not a time, not setting 10 minutes, then I go in. But when it's too long and too quiet, I think she would just reach a sense of panic when her voice has become raw from screaming Gloria and screaming Nyne. I think she'd look back just for a second, her eyes setting on probably Ira first, nodding once.
As you nod at Ira this whole time hasn't said anything. Since they went into the fog. But you can tell they've been wanting to. And as you look over, it's been about 5-6 minutes by this point. I think we should go.
Follow them?
No.
Excuse me, I am not leaving this spot.
I'm not leaving them, Ira.
I don't want to. But the fogs are dangerous. Not many people who go in ever come out, and those who do.
I know it's dangerous. I came out, and I will stay here until they come out. So if you want to leave, Ira, if you want to run away, I don't care. But I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving them to suffer in that hellhole.
All right.
I would take their place in a heartbeat.
Then I'll wait with you. Though they do start looking around rather anxiously.
What you looking for, Ira?
Anything else like those things? Walking around, especially when it's dark. Never the safest idea. Brawk? What are you doing?
He is no longer laying on his side. He's now sitting upright and shaking. Improvement. I don't know what you want me to say. I don't know why they would do that. How are we supposed to get them out without getting... What happens in there? He's looking at you.
What Brawk said.
When I went in there, I saw who I'm assuming was who I used to be. I saw things that I wish I never could remember. I made it out once. And I know I could make it out again. But what if they don't? Ira said they don't come out. What if I need to drag them back?
Not letting you go back in there if you've already gone once. No, Karina. I'm sorry.
I'm not leaving them in there.
Okay, can't they figure out how to get out their way if you did? Do you? I mean, how long is that going to take? How long is it going to take?
I don't know. Karina's going to start not looking around like Ira was, but almost panically looking around. And she's searching for one of Stradia's spies. She's searching for a strange bird, a bat, anything that she can find.
Make me a notice check while you're doing that, Hawthorne.
So with every second that Karina keeps getting panicked, Hawthorne's impulsivity is growing quite intensely. And if it comes to a point, he will walk in before she does. And so I just want to make that known, that he is about to just sort of bolt in.
I got a 7 on my notice check.
7, I'm going to give you 2 things. One, about Hawthorne. You start noticing that he's taking a position that just kind of stepping a little bit towards the fog that would allow him to block you off and get there himself. You also, with a 7, not quite a raise, but really good, on one of the nearby buildings, there are several ravens perched.
Stradia. She's gonna kind of look over to Hawthorne. No. Give them back, Stradia. Take your pound of flesh from me, but give them back.
You hear the sound of high heels on concrete approaching from the direction of the fog. And a female figure begins to take shape. And Gloria, you step out of the fog, and you see your 4 of your friends and a dog there.
Hello.
Karina just falls to her knees, shaking.
Hawthorne grabs and holds Karina. He's close enough that he holds her.
With years of practice that I shouldn't have, it's almost like I've done this before. I slip a mask in place and put what happened behind me. Hi, all.
Gloria, you're okay?
I got a little lost, but yes. Have you seen Nyne?
No.
I lost sight of him in the fog.
Oh, so you have, so it's not like a conjoined thing. The thing when you go in there. What did you see? What happened? How did you get out? Are you okay? Is anything? Are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think. I think that when you're in the fog, kind of like Karina said, I saw glimpses of maybe my life before. But I'm okay. We probably shouldn't go in after Nyne. We should just really hope that he comes out. In a worst case scenario, we could maybe try. But it was a little disorienting, and I'm not really confident we would be able to get back out.
What if a few of us waited here and some others went and you said something about weapons in that alley over there, right?
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot. I would kind of like to wait for Nyne, but I think if a handful of you all wanted to get the weapons, that could be advantageous. Why is everyone staring at me?
I can go if you all want to wait here. You said it was right down there, right?
You going by yourself is not a good idea.
As you all discuss that, we cut one more time. When we cut back to you, Gran Pantera, you've got another one of the minions, the henchmen, currently by the scruff, essentially. and his face is a bloody pulp. I told you, man. I don't know where he is. I work here.
Call him out now.
Your voice when you say that echoes unnaturally loud across the arena. Oh, he's upset. Should we give him what he wants? Yeah! Let me hear it then. Caliban! Caliban! I can't hear you. Caliban! And it begins to, is the loudest you have heard a crowd in a long time. And there is as all of the smoke that had been generated around the arena condenses into Caliban, who is in front of you. Looking for me.
Immediately throws the other worker at Caliban and runs behind him. So when the worker hits Caliban, I grab Caliban.
You do get a hold of Caliban as you launch this other guy who goes rolling over the edge. You hear as he impacts into something. There are a few as he's shakily helped up and is limping away, but you manage to get a hold of Caliban. What do you do?
So you keep saying that you see something in me? You keep feeling something that's in me? I'll show you my brutality. And picks him up and power bombs him on the ground. Takes the hammer that he has.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
So you
all right.
You power bomb. Boom. You walk over to grab the hammer, and there is a get ready to see who he really is. As he stays just lying on the ground, just arms spread with this big smile across his face where the blood has already started to stain his teeth.
Grandpa Terror takes the hammer, slams down on his right knee, breaks that. Takes his left knee, breaks that. Takes his arms, breaks that, and the other one. Drops the hammer beside his head and gets on top of Caliban and starts to just punch.
As you bring the hammer down twice, the mood in the mead hall shifts. When you went to reach for the hammer, there were cheers. But then you brought it down on his knee, and there was a sickening crunch. And the crowd goes quiet. And I mean silent. And as you full mount and start pounding away, there's just this sickening, crunching, and wet sound. And other than that, you could hear a pin drop. You stand. The blood dripping from your knuckles. And standing on one corner of the ring is a perfectly healthy Caliban. There is a now you all know who's behind the mask. And he just turns to look at you. Let me give you a little piece of life advice, Grand Pantera. Once the mask has come off, there's no putting it back on. disappears, leaving you with this silent, judgmental crowd looking at you.
Grandpantera is just, what? No. It's just Caliban. And he looks down and sees pavement, dirt, viscera. Just some normal elf, or what's left of some elf, there, laying. No, it's not. No.
Could you make me a spirit roll, please? 9. 3. Are you going to stick with it or use a Benny?
I'm going to stick with it because it seems narratively okay.
I love it. You are shaken. So not a wound, and that doesn't impact anything mechanically right here, but you are shaken. And this moment stretches on and on. And we cut back to Baroville. What are you all doing?
Karina is still eyeing the ravens. She's on her knees now. She's still shaking a little bit, but she's still just staring directly at the ravens. Not saying anything, but staring at them.
Hawthorne is starting to look for a rope. Because if he's going in, he's tying himself off for someone to pull him back at least. But it didn't work the first time, but it's the only thing he can think of. I see Gloria just shaking her head.
I'm watching Hawthorne, and then I'm gonna try. I don't want anyone to worry. I don't want anyone to notice, but I can't stop glancing at my hands, and I keep looking under my fingernails and feeling like there's blood on my hands, and I find myself like compulsively rubbing them against my dress, flicking stuff out of my nails, but I don't want to be obvious. I'm going to try to be subtle. But I'm watching Hawthorne.
Brawk has begun to pace. At this point, he's wringing his hands and just shaking his head. I don't like it. I don't really want to wait.
I have to imagine we only have 2 data points, and you can't draw a line through 2 points. We need at least 3 to get a good understanding. But with the info we have, everybody who's come in has come out with our sample size. When 9 comes out, we'll then have a larger sample, and we can see if there's a trend.
I love the scientist characters so much.
Do I have a memory? Because I remember I looked at the grandfather clock before, as soon as Karina, the rope broke. Do I have any idea of how long Karina was in the fog?
So 2 things. The grandfather clock wasn't too reliable.
Yeah, that's why I'm not sure if I have an idea.
But in terms of simply internal gauging, I mean, it was at least 10 minutes or so, if memory serves.
Brawk, I'm worried that I'm worried that Hawthorne might try to go in the fog.
What? No, whoa, why would Hawthorne do that?
Well,
why? Hawthorne is supposed to be of sound mind and body. Why would he do that? What if he gets stuck in there?
Have you noticed Hawthorne has a tendency of just kind of going low inertia towards decisions, you know?
Yeah, it tends to take the lead. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to be doing that.
Okay, well,
you know, but I mean, but I also don't want to be like, hey,
let's distract him. I have an idea. Hawthorne.
Hello.
Hawthorne.
What did you say?
Ira had a good idea about getting the weapons.
I'm not moving without Nyne.
Okay, then let's all wait, and then we'll all get the weapons.
I like that idea. Now, if you could calm Karina down, because I'm about to go in just because she's
Don't
freaking
No. You don't know why hey.
Karina's not considering going in, right, Karina? Right, Karina?
Right?
I haven't been in. It sounds like it's going to be interesting for sure. And Hawthorne starts looking up and down the fog and like putting his hand a little bit in it. And
No.
About this? Well, we have to listen to this particular theory. Why? Okay, so you're excited about it. So you're really like.
I don't know. It seems like they've had some interesting experiences. I'm liking these experiences.
Throw myself in front of Hawthorne and end up tripping over one of my wings and just face plant.
No, I catch her. If she's right in front of me, I catch her.
Oh.
Hawthorne, please, I don't mean to interrupt the scene. Please take a Benny for the impulsiveness on display here.
I don't move. Hawthorne can't go in if they're holding me.
Well, I set you down as like a sister figure, and then pat you on the side.
I still have my arm around your shoulders.
I'm like, oh my god, Gloria.
Fucking love it.
Well, how about? I'm sorry, Brawk. You were about to talk. I was about to think, and I'm bad at thinking.
It's okay. I was holding back vomit, but I just was really hoping that we could just reunite here. And if we just wait for Nyne and then no one else goes in, I won't further ulcerate my stomach.
How long do we wait?
Ira looks around at all of you when that question is asked.
Karina, darling, you were gone for a fair amount of time. I think we just wait a little longer. Do any of us have a timepiece?
Ooh, good question. I don't think any of you have one on you unless you said in your starting description you did. It can be acquired from places, but unless you had a watch or a pocket watch or anything like that.
We need to buy a watch. We need a watch. This is ridiculous.
I thought someone said they had a watch, but that might have been Nyne. I can't remember. Maybe nobody said it.
I think you're right. Speaking of Nyne, could you make me another spirit roll?
I got a 4.
4. Okay. So then really quick. This moment for you, Pantera, stretches out unnaturally long. As the crowd is still starting to boo you. As members of the group that you apparently work with come to the ring and collect this body, casting you terrified and scornful glances. What do you do? Where do you go?
Grand Pantera grabs the hammer, the sledgehammer, and keeps it, and walks out of the ring. But on the inside Grand Pantera, as he walks past all the boos and boo and all that stuff.
And it's this inversion of what you're used to, as normally after these matches, people swarm you, but as you grab the hammer and start to leave, people clear space around you. Pulling kids away from you.
Grand Pantera walks to the back But inside, he enjoyed every bit of it. He enjoyed it. He enjoyed the booze and being able to let this rage and bloodthirstiness out. It feels natural. And he welcomes it.
And as you step into the backstage area, or what has been currently retrofitted to be the backstage area, given that, what is the expression on your face, even if it's under your mask, as you step through the door?
A sickening, satisfactory grin that I want more.
And you push the door open and almost stumble as there's no resistance at all. And all of you see as Nyne kind of stumbles a little bit, just a little, out of the fog, still with this rather unnerving grin on his face. And blood dripping from his knuckles that even as you watch begins to disappear.
I remove my arm from Hawthorne.
Oh, thank the gods.
Seeing the blood on Nyne's hands, I check mine again, just to be sure.
Clean.
Okay.
Being the closest to the fog, I'll sort of like catch Nyne while he stumbles kind of out. But seeing that he's like sort of fine, I'll step back a little because he has a very creepy grin on his face.
I am so sorry I let you out of my sight. I want to pat your shoulders, just make sure you're okay. Nyne, are you okay?
Hey. Hey.
Is Hay okay?
Yeah. Yeah. No problem. I'm doing good. Hey, did you follow me in?
Well, what's that?
Well, yeah, I was above you.
Oh. Yeah, you were.
Pointing at the blood. What's that?
And even as you turn to look at your knuckles, the lingering blood just kind of starts to dissolve away. Like fog.
Yeah. It's gone.
Even though we went in about the same time, it doesn't seem like we experienced the same thing while there. It could be, back to what Brawk was hypothesizing earlier, maybe a hallucination or pocket dimension. Yeah, Brawk, I'm acknowledging that this is a possibility.
I really, you know what? It actually really means a lot to me that you think that my theories are worth investigating further, and I'm just very, very flattered. But
I think you bring a lot to the table. I'm totally distracted. My arm is still on you, Nyne, but I'm fully pivoting towards Brawk.
I can't believe the 3 of you made it out of the fog.
That was fucking easy. I just had to bust a couple of heads and got back out. It was cool.
oh,
You're either incredibly lucky or someone wants you to still be alive.
oh,
I paused for a second. Do I hear any voices in my head?
Nothing right now.
Okay. Just the usual ones.
Just the usual ones.
I think as Ira says that somebody or something wants us alive, Karina's just gonna throw a rock at the fucking ravens. And then make her way to her feet again.
They take wing as the rock hits the roof near them, and
Do we still hear these footsteps? These heels?
No, those were Gloria's.
They're super cute. I've got this adorable T-strap and about 3.5-inch heel.
Yeah, see?
Perfect for dancing. As Hawthorne looks down at my shoes. Oh, do you like them?
Oh, yeah. I wonder if they have my size. And then I start putting out my ginormous foot next to hers.
Also, Nyne, take a Benny for your scene as well.
I'm sure that they could do a custom job. For your shoes?
Yeah, I think I want a darker color, but I like them. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Did y'all get the weapons?
No. I was just about to mention. We should go get the weapons.
Wait.
Get out of this.
I had a thought. Noticing Karina throwing the rock. Karina, you just threw a rock at these ravens. Should we really? We've been just blithely talking about these weapons.
I'm fairly
Is it
certain
still safe
she
to procure
knows
them?
everything we do, Gloria. I don't think it matters. I don't think they'll work on her
That's a little
anyway.
bit of a negative attitude. It's a bit defeatist to assume that, like, because something's set, there's no point. I think it's still...
Gloria,
Yeah?
think about it like mycelium. It's all interconnected underneath us. The whole planet. It's hers. She knows everywhere you go, everywhere you step. It's all connected.
But why
Because
add the
it's
wild?
hers.
Except for us. Why introduce us at all? If you want everything to stay contained and manageable and easy to predict.
Don't you think she gets bored?
Entertainment. Like rats in a maze. You said
Hawthorne
it
has
yourself,
slowly been
Gloria.
moseying, just so you guys know.
Did you
Towards the
compare-
weapons, I hope, not the fog.
Did you compare to some fucking mushrooms?
Yeah, it's actually really, really interesting. Like in Forest Station, when the mushrooms that pop up out, it's actually a deeply rooted system underneath, and then other forest systems.
As you are explaining this, and you all continue to move back down that alley, something you did last session, Brawk, was you used your investigator edge. And and it was for this alley. You never got to get all the way down because of the figures that were there. But we're going to carry that over. As you're explaining this, you just glance around and you notice that there's a dumpster in this foggy alley. It's lightly fogged in comparison to the one you just walked down. But there's a dumpster. And some part of you immediately puts together, in conjunction with the instructions that Gloria and Ira had been listing off. You just kind of put a forearm and shoulder to the dumpster and its wheels, it pushes to the side, and behind the dumpster, there is all things considered, especially for your eyes, a poorly concealed hole in the wall. And when I say hole, I mean about 2 feet tall.
When we enter the space, and he is going to gesture towards the small hole. Ooh, where do you think that goes?
Nyne just reaches his hand inside the hole.
You just pull away the little bit of concealment that was there, just some trash, mostly. And your hand lands on something hard and cold and heavy. And as you pull this item out, you pull out a long gun. Specifically, a Springfield 1903 bolt-action rifle. In addition, in this little weapons cache, there is a machete, $13 in change and cash. There's also a small leather pouch that when you pick it up has the dull sound of metal. that clinks in it. And when you flip it open, there are 5 bullets in here. These are handgun rounds, but as you pull one out and look at it, it gleams like silver.
Well, this is what we got here. Take your point. This here looks, I got a handgun. Like a is it revolver handgun style bullets or?
Because of just the way the system works, handgun bullets work with handguns. So it'll work with a revolver, it'll work with a 1911. Look,
cool.
That's one of the things that we hand wave to make it so y'all can get ammunition.
Cool, just making sure.
All right. I appreciate you.
Okay, so pulls out his gun. All right, so I got one, you got one, Karina, you got one.
I don't.
We're gonna get you a gun eventually. Your crossbow's nice, but at least something that, in case you run out of bolts, you got something on you. Okay. All right.
Just so you know, so you all know, I will send the stats for any weapon to anyone who ends up keeping them and all that. But just so you know about the rifle, it is 2d8 damage and has about double the range of your average handgun. So, which, it's a rifle. But just letting you know the damage it would do.
Perhaps one of us that stand back for the fights should take the rifle. Me or Brawk, maybe?
Yeah, you'll throw the side over yourself. Here you go. And just passes it over. Hawthorne, you want this machete?
Way too distracted to catch something, so it's just gonna bump into her and land on the ground. But
oh, okay. Picks gun up. Hands to Brawk. Okay, you two decide whether you want it. Okay.
We'll figure it out. We got it.
How long has this been? Like, how long has it been?
Since
we
when?
left in the morning, right?
Oh, since you left?
Yeah, we left in the morning.
It's only been, including your conversation with Strazia, it's been about an hour 15. You left at about 1 p.m. So it's still afternoon.
What a long afternoon. Okay, we've got a little bit of time, but we should probably figure out where we're sleeping since, I don't know, Karina, do you remember we saw all those things at night?
Hawthorne gets very
spirits?
Not to panic, just putting it out there, though. Something to consider. Okay, let's keep going. Keep going, getting the stuff out of the thing. Okay.
Well, Hawthorne and Nyne are getting very distracted by guns while you're talking. Just so you know, we're like two boys over a bunch of weapons. So you just keep chatting and you're chatting with Karina and we're not even paying attention.
Do you got something else to hit? Did you ever get something to replace your billy club? That just threw down the fucking stairs at that goddamn monster.
Anyway, Ira, remind me, the person that we're going to talk to, we have to take the train? Your brother said we should talk to?
Miss Ava.
To talk to?
Oh, Miss Ava, no, don't need to take the train to get to her. She should be at the billiards hall. At least that's where a lot of the Vista tend to hang out around here. So do you start heading that way? Ira offers to lead the way.
Yeah! I'll link arms with Ira. Let's go! How are you doing, Ira?
Still just surprised about you all. I've been told since I was little never to go into the fog. Everyone around here knows that.
I think that's pretty fair advice. While we do have 3 data points of successfully entering and exiting, I don't think that we want to have repeat experiences. So I don't think you should just start ignoring that advice.
No, wasn't Wasn't planning on it.
Good, just making sure.
How are you?
I'm always okay.
If you ever want to talk about what happened in there, I can be a good pair of ears.
I appreciate that. I'm wondering about the person we're going to see.
Miss Ava? Never met her myself. Only heard about her. She's apparently very old. That I know. Mark always used to talk about her as if she were magic. My father talked about her like she was crazy. But she knows Baroville as well as anyone. And the Vista, they're special people. They're the only ones I can know of they're the only ones who I know of who can apparently leave here. Baroville, I mean.
That seems pretty wild that they're able to leave.
I'm not sure why. Maybe you can ask her, though.
That's a good idea.
If it's true that she is a seer. Ira gets quiet. Well, then I would like to speak to her, too. I have questions.
That's fortuitous that we're all going there, then. Is everybody following us? Are you all around? This moment of panic.
The walk is about another, and Ira lets you know, probably another 30 minutes from here. Is there anything? I did see, yes, Karina's hand.
I think Karina, like partway through the walk, when Gloria and everybody else is kind of distracted, she's going to pull Hawthorne back with her and fall behind the group a little bit. Not super far, but a little bit. Hawthorne, are you scared of ghosts?
Ghosts? No. No, I'm not scared of ghosts. I find that comforting. The afterlife.
Because I have a idea, and I wouldn't mind your company. If we're staying here another night, that is.
The last time you had an idea, we were digging up corpses. What's this idea?
Well, this one's a lot cleaner, but you know how we were told that the spirits, the apparitions at night, are heading to the tower, and they are individuals that hunted Stradia. Just wondering if maybe they have information. Maybe we can talk to them.
I'm trying to remember if we were told anything about them in like a, stay away from them kind of way. My brain is...
so.
No?
No.
I mean, I wouldn't mind trying to talk to them. I wonder how hard it is.
I don't know. They seem to be from different times almost. Like ranging from...
Are you wanting to keep this between us?
I mean, I don't want to scare Brawk, and he's terrified of them. I was hoping to just kind of keep it as a small thing. I know that Gloria and Nyne say they're fine. Well, that doesn't matter. If it comes out, it comes out. But Gloria and Nyne say they're fine, but I've been in that mist. There's no way they came out completely fine. I think they need their rest tonight, that's all.
Resting doesn't sound bad.
So, the six of you and Lancelot have been walking down the concrete, abandoned, eerie streets of the outskirts of Bridgewater. The buildings around here have grown more and more ominous. Ever since you arrived in Bridgewater, the buildings have been predominantly abandoned, boarded up. But here, as you leave the safety of the main part of town, the buildings themselves even start to feel like they're watching you. The empty doorways like yawning mouths. But eventually, Ira stops and looks around a little confused. I think it's down one of these alleys. Is there no sign anywhere? Starts looking around. See if you can find... It's called Sirs. Tser apostrophe S. See if you can find anything for it. Should be around here somewhere.
Hawthorne looks at Brawk.
Definitely going to focus on trying to find that immediately.
Okay. If you're not going to use the investigator check, anyone who... Or investigator edge, anyone who is looking... You don't have to. Just, you can either do that, or people can make notice checks. Those who are looking.
Okay, notice checks are fine.
Let's start notice, yeah.
That's nice.
Might as well start.
Karina will
right?
try to
As
find
well.
it. Make a roll.
I look at Brawk, but Brawk isn't really paying 100% attention, so I start looking around. Hawthorne looks around as well.
Sheesh. 15 for Karina. And
14 for me.
And 14 for Gloria. My goodness. And we had some other successes in there too, but those are enormous successes. Good lord, y'all. Some exploding. Brawk bringing it up with a critical failure.
Yeah, that's... Well...
Okay. So in that case, Gloria and Karina, you spot down a relatively fog-free alley a doorway-sized hole in the wall. There's no door, but it leads to a set of, you can tell, steps descending downward. It's unmarked. Aside from just around the edge of the empty doorway, this faint trace of just like a colorful painted frame around the doorway. Very difficult to notice it's faded, but the two of you with that many raises spot it. Brawk, you're pretty convinced it's down a different alley. Probably this one that has pretty heavy fog.
Yeah, if we haven't found it yet, it's probably down there.
I mean, there's this whole, it's got these, I assume once beautiful paintings around the frame. Should we check it first before we go down another foggy alleyway?
I feel strongly that Karina's correct. I notice it too.
Well, then we've got to do that. We've got to do that, right?
I think let's check this first. If it turns out that this is not it, we'll probably not check that alley anyway. It looks incredibly dense, Brawk. Let's go down here.
Fair. But last resort.
I'm pretty sure there's death down that dope.
I don't want to do that. And he wipes his hands, sweaty hands, onto his jacket. I don't want to do that.
Hawthorne puts his arm around Brawk and starts walking him towards the door.
And Karina will start going down those stairs.
Okay. Brawk and Karina, both of you also take bennies for role-playing out your character traits over the last little while. As you start to descend the narrow staircase to what you presume will be the billiard hall, they are concrete. The rain has started to run down them. But you are met with the faint strains of a scratchy phonograph playing jazz music, mingled with the soft clatter of pool balls and murmured conversations, occasional loud peals of laughter. And at the bottom of the stairs, there is a door.
Karina will open the door and lead the way.
As you step through into this space, it's dimly lit by mismatched sconces, and there's the low glow of hanging lamps suspended over numerous billiard tables. Smoke hangs lazily in the air down here, curling upwards towards the pressed tin ceiling, painted in fading gold patterns. The bar down here stretches along one wall, polished mahogany counters scarred with decades of use. Behind it, rows of mismatched bottles glint in the dim light alongside colorful glass decanters. There's a bartender dressed in a slightly threadbare vest and white button-down shirt unbuttoned to the sternum, serving drinks with a practiced flair and comfortable laugh, sliding glasses across the counter to patrons perched on creaky stools. The billiard tables themselves dominate the center of this room, their green felt tops illuminated by the tarnished brass lamps. And there are Vista men and women dressed in sharp suits and dresses with an edge of flamboyance in their subtle coloration. They lean casually over the tables, their movements fluid and confident, and they laugh with each other like old friends or family.
I like the vibe of this place.
It's nice.
I don't feel an itch.
That's good.
It's probably temporary. And I enjoy it.
Are you dancing?
It does look like the dancing? Then?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Because yes.
Well, do we just ask for Miss Ava? Do we want to unwind for a few minutes?
I'd like that very much.
Karina, maybe if we're going to have a serious conversation, we should have that conversation before any alcohol's consumed, just so that we don't have the first time we met Mark, it was a little bit rough. Maybe we want to...
Hawthorne has already started towards the bar, just so you guys know.
Beautiful.
Gloria, if you wish
Yes.
for me to stay quiet
No,
during the conversation,
I think that you...
just say that.
No. Actually, on the contrary, I think we need you in this conversation. And I don't want you to be in a position where you aren't going to be a part of the conversation. So if you would like a drink before the conversation, that's great. But either way, I think you should be involved.
Wonderful. I am not going into that conversation with somebody who has literally walked in our dreams sober. So if you don't mind, I'm going to find myself a nice seat.
She's walked it?
Do you not remember Miss Ava as our dream?
Honestly, it's been a long day and I kind of forgot.
Yeah. Would you like some of this too? She's going to pull out the small opium pipe. Actually, no, scratch that. You don't. No. I'll be right back. And she's going to go find herself a corner, like a booth.
I'm going to not let you go by
table or
yourself. I'm
something.
following you. I'm like, okay, actually. And while I'm following you, I do want to make sure you're safe, but I'm also a little bit shaken that I totally forgot. I think I don't bring it up though. I'm gonna follow you.
I don't know what check I can make. Can I make like a notice check to see if I can tell that she's holding things back?
You two can either just roleplay that out and that you notice that, or we can do a notice check. It's up to you two.
At this point, she probably knows Gloria well enough that she does not miss things and she doesn't forget things. So she's going to find like a booth table in a darker corner and kind of sit Gloria down in front of her. Do you need to talk, Gloria?
No,
Are you okay?
I'm good. Thank you, though.
Okay. Here, she's gonna just slide over a small little cigarello case with matches. If you need something, anything, help yourself.
I
Do you pull one out yourself as well, Karina? Or did you just slide the case over?
She'll pull one out as well.
I appreciate you. I'm all right.
As you, Karina, pull the cigarette out, slide the case over, there is the flicking of a Zippo, and there is just the glow of fire next to you as a young man, probably about like 17, young, is like just reaching or has stopped as he was walking by the booth and has flicked the lighter and is offering to light your cigarette for you.
Karina just pauses for a second. Son, is your mother around?
He gives you a sheepish grin and clicks the Zippo closed, and then just gives a small tip of the cap he's wearing and just keeps walking on by.
She'll pull out her own lighter and light the
What about, Nyne?
Nyne, feeling the music, will go towards the dance floor.
Yeah, there are definitely a few people here. There's not much of a dance floor, but there is floor. And what you can already quickly gather about the people here in this space is that if there's music, and if there is room, someone will be dancing. It's a very different vibe down here from anything you've experienced since arriving in Baroville. The people are laughing, playing games. And this is the most people you've seen in any one place since arriving here. By about like 4 times.
Kind of like
So
it.
as you start heading towards where people are dancing, just starting to let the music take you a little bit, there's an older woman, probably about 76 or so, given her slightly wrinkled face and graying hair, who sees you approach and steps away from the stool that she was sitting drinking at and starts to dance her way towards you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can come on over. Yeah, that's fine. Dance with you.
And she takes you and starts to pull you, leading you in a dance. 100% is leading you. The dance that she leads you in is not like a leader-follower style coupled dance, but she is the one who knows the dance that she's doing. And so starts to kind of pull you into it. The top of her head only coming up to about 2 inches below your chin. And is just having a good old time dancing with you.
Hey, look at this. Hey, what's this dance here? What's this? What is it called?
She just looks up at you, missing a few teeth, and gives you a little laugh, and you just smell oh so much alcohol.
Okay, well, I'm going to remember how to do this dance real quick because I'm going to possibly use it for later. We're going to learn. We're going to pay attention to how it moves. Go.
And what about Brawk?
Once he sees that Nyne is on the dance floor, he's going to work up the courage and just kind of go and meander where people are dancing and occasionally do so himself.
Got it. Hawthorne? Where did we leave you?
Well, Hawthorne made his way to the bar because that's
Got it.
Hawthorne's
Okay.
number one thing. Liquid courage.
We will jump right back to you then, Hawthorne.
Yeah, take your time.
Ira has also slid into the booth space where Gloria and Karina are, and they are just looking around in wonder at this place. Wide-eyed, slack-jawed.
Karina's going to slide the cigarettes towards Ira.
Doesn't even look down, just kind of starts feeling on the table for the case and then pulls it over. Again, without even looking, opening it, pulling one out.
And she'll light it for them.
I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like those are bad for our lungs. We'll have to talk about this later.
I hate to break it to you, Gloria, but I feel like there's a lot more dangerous things around us than these at the moment.
Actually, I think you're probably right. Keep going.
As she says this, she pulls out her fucking opium case and starts shamelessly packing. Oh my god.
If Karina
Packing
sounds
her
like
pipe.
she was struggling through that line, it's because Matty was fighting with a dog who just wanted
Lancelot.
love. Who
It's
just wanted
Lancelot.
love. Yeah, it was Lancelot just climbing up into Karina's lap and just like there's a lot of activity around here, so he needs some security.
Oh yeah.
I don't blame you, Lancelot. There's a lot happening here.
Just his scrappy little
him
head
some
poking
scritches.
above the table. And Ira's still looking around in awe.
Karina, I can't help but feel like you're being very short with me. Did I do something to upset you?
No, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be short with anyone. It's been a long day.
It really has been a long day.
I can't believe you walked into the mist and you came out okay.
Technically, I flew. I don't know how to say this. I don't feel any worse. Okay might be the wrong word, but I don't feel any worse. Anyway, Ira, do we know who we're looking for?
Miss Eva.
Other than all the boys that are dancing.
Her name was Miss. They're responding, but they are responding almost like subconsciously while still being distracted by everything around. So just responds with, Miss Eva, you said. Are you all seeing this? And just gestures around. There.
Is this unusual, Ira? Is there not normally?
They're all so happy. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Just... How did they do it? Why can't we... What did we do
Is
wrong?
it alcohol?
Maybe that's a good place to start. And with that, we cut over to Hawthorne at the bar. The young man with the vest and the unnecessarily unbuttoned down shirt walks over to you, leans on the bar a little bit. And what can I get you? You'll know.
So the whole time before he was waiting, Hawthorne was watching where everybody was going, and so he knows exactly where the girls are sitting and where the boys are dancing, but then he leans over and looks at you, and you ask him that question. He says, what do you got?
As the young man starts to turn and gesture to the bottles, there is another individual who slides up next to you at the bar. Oh, we've got a lot, but that'll have to wait for now. And you turn to a 6'8" bear of a man. Huge beard, but these twinkling eyes that are just sticking out from all of the hair that is everywhere on this man. He looks to where your friends are at the table and on the dance floor and just gestures to them each with his chin. They with you.
Who's asking?
Stanimir is the name, but I'm not the one who's asking for you. Miss Ava is expecting you. Follow me.
Let me gather my crew and I'll be right back. First thing Hawthorne's gonna do is look at the bartender and just be kind of sad. He's gonna be like, ugh, maybe later. And then he's gonna go off. Yeah.
Has like a small decanter in hand and is looking at you with a wry grin, just shaking it, and sets it back down.
How much?
Later.
Okay. Later. I'm sorry. And he's gonna make a beeline for the dance floor. Because he figured he can get the guys pretty quickly and then round up the girls in one shot. So, how hard is it to gather these two?
Not hard. You do have to cut in as a couple younger, like kids, have started dancing near Brawk. The awkwardness being, charming to a child. And they've started in. Kind of pulled you into their chaotic dances to the music. But you round up those on the dance floor, and then you head over to the bar, or head over to the booth where the other three are.
We'll come up to them and we'll go, I'll just start out. Hey, you guys, we gotta go. We got someone waiting for us. They stopped me at the bar, the lady with the, what's the name, She's calling for us. Come on. We gotta go now. No alcohol.
Can I have 1 minute?
No, he wouldn't even let me have a drink. Come on. I mean, I guess we could have 1 minute. I mean, he's waiting at the bar, though. I think he's watching us. And I look over my shoulder.
A big bear of a man just gives you all a wave from the bar.
We should probably go over there. Yeah, let's go.
Karina's just sitting there, like, with her pipe in her mouth, just about to light it.
Nope. Let's...
Really?
Yes, really. And she'll just stand up, look incredibly friggin' pissed off, and walk across the bar. Walk across to the bar. Just beeline it directly towards the guy sitting there.
As you all start to approach him, he just gives a gesture with his head and starts walking through the hall and towards the back. Leads you all to a door, opens it, leads to a hallway, and he leads you down that. It leads back, turns a couple times, but eventually he stops and gestures towards a doorway just a little farther down the hall. It doesn't have a door. It has a curtain as a door. And he just points to that one. She's waiting for you.
In our dream, were we in a small room or were we in the main bar area?
You were in the main bar area.
Okay. In that case, she'll just push the curtain over and lead the way, pipe still in hand.
Do the other four of you head in just as quickly, or do you hesitate outside at all?
Nyne just walks in.
Hawthorne will always be the tail, so he's gonna wait until everybody else goes.
I wonder what awaits us in here, and looks back at you, Hawthorne.
As the three of you are still outside for this brief moment, with Karina and Nyne having pushed in, Karina and Nyne, you see a room that is covered with tapestries and comfort, pillows, chairs. The room is cordoned off by tapestries and curtains that hang. And you can see that behind one of the nearby silk-like curtains, you can see a figure behind it. And as the two of you step in, the figure which is facing away just looks over its shoulder. Hawthorne? Gloria? Brawk? Ira and... Lancelot, get your asses in here. Don't make an old woman wait.
Language? My stars. And then I'll walk in.
Lancelot headed in as soon as his name was called. Just like jumped out of anyone who was holding him, just jumped out of the arms and trotted in. And as the rest of you start to push into this space, here in this underground billiard hall of the Vista, to speak with Miss Ava, madwoman or prophetess, yet to be seen. That's where we will close this chapter, and we will pick up there next time. Thank you for listening to this episode of The City of the Crimson Tower. Gloria was played by Anna Margaret, Karina by Matty, Nyne by Mav, Hawthorne by Sally, and Brawk by Lauren. And Ethan did all the other stuff.